Before we begin this powerful journey through the greatest conflict in human history, take a moment to subscribe. Here, we bring history to life through gripping stories, cinematic visuals, and voices from the past. Join us and never miss a story that shaped the world. The First World War was supposed to end all wars. Instead, it planted the seeds for an even greater catastrophe. The Treaty of Versailles humiliated Germany, stripped it of pride, power, and hope. Across oceans and borders, new ideologies took root: fascism, nationalism, militarism. And in the silence of suffering, tyrants rose. In 1933, a failed painter named Adolf Hitler took control of Germany. His words stoked anger. His promises offered false glory. By 1939, the world watched as he absorbed Austria, broke treaties, and reached into Czechoslovakia. Appeasement reigned. Fear paralyzed the West. And then, he invaded Poland. September 1, 1939. War returned to Europe. Blitzkrieg, lightning war, crushed Poland in weeks. France followed soon after. Paris fell. London braced for impact. Only Britain remained, defiant, standing alone. In the skies above Britain, the world held its breath. Hitler launched the largest air assault in history. But the RAF stood firm. "Never in the field of human conflict," said Churchill, "was so much owed by so many to so few." While Europe fought, flames spread in the east. Japan invaded China and the Pacific. Mussolini attacked Africa. The Axis powers, Germany, Italy, Japan, seemed unstoppable. But they had awakened giants. On June 22, 1941, Hitler broke his pact with Stalin and unleashed 3 million men upon the Soviet Union. The Eastern Front became a graveyard. Cities were starved. Armies frozen. Millions perished in a war of annihilation. December 7, 1941. Japan struck Pearl Harbor. Battleships burned. Thousands died. America, once hesitant, now roared to war. From the Pacific to Europe, the world was ablaze. While armies clashed, behind barbed wire, a different war raged, a war on humanity. The Holocaust was not a side note. It was a core belief of the Nazi regime. 6 million Jews. Millions of others, Roma, disabled, political dissidents, systematically erased. At sea, in desert and snow-covered ruins, Allied forces began to turn the tide. At Midway, the Pacific balance shifted. In El Alamein, Axis forces fell back. And in Stalingrad, the German army shattered on Soviet ice. The Allies landed in Sicily. Italy toppled Mussolini. But the war raged on. Meanwhile, resistance fighters across Europe sabotaged, spied, and sacrificed ordinary people rising against tyranny. June 6, 1944, D-Day. Under stormy skies, the Allies stormed Normandy's beaches. Thousands died in hours. But they broke through. Paris was freed. Europe stirred with hope once more. In the west, Allied tanks pushed into Germany. In the east, the Red Army closed in on Berlin. Hitler hid in his bunker. On May 7, 1945, Germany surrendered. The Rhine was no more. To end the Pacific War, the United States unleashed a weapon of unimaginable power. Hiroshima. Nagasaki. The atomic age had begun. On August 15, 1945, Japan surrendered. The war was over. World War II changed the world forever. 70 million dead. Nations reborn. The United Nations formed. The Cold War began. But beyond politics, beyond borders, the war taught a lesson humanity must never forget. The story of World War II is not just of battles and generals. It is the story of courage, of hatred, of love and loss, of what happens when the world stops watching, and what's possible when it chooses to act. Thank you for watching this in-depth journey through World War II. If this story moved you, taught you, or made you reflect, subscribe to the channel. We have more stories to tell. Stories of courage, tragedy, and triumph, told with truth and heart. Until next time, stay curious and never stop remembering.